When I was 8 years old, we lived in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, Edina, Minnesota.
Really? Because you know what else happened up there.
Yeah, highway to heaven, bro. I get it, dude. And I lived in Edina, Minnesota. Dover Drive was my street. And I remember I didn't have a lot of friends. So one day I was like 8 years old, and I go, Mommy, Daddy, could I have a pet? And they go, oh, what kind? I go, a cat. So they got my cat, a kitten. And I remember that summer, okay, I get emotional even thinking about it. I named him Tom because it's like I didn't know anything else. Tom and Jerry was a thing back then. So
It was
like,
good.
Yeah, so I named him Tom. And I remember being in the garage because he wouldn't be let in the house. We had like a little pen in the garage, and I would play with him all day long for weeks. And then one day I left, I came home, and Tom was gone. I was freaking out. Where's Tom? Where's Tom? And my dad looks at me and goes, he's no longer here. I go, what happened? I put a pound.
No.
And I go, why? Mommy, allergic. And then I started crying, and they go, stop crying. And then they left the garage, and I remember sitting there, tears. There's no voice like, no compromise, no how do you feel, you know what I mean?
No even reason why.
No reason why. There's no voice, right? And I just had to take it. I was powerless, right? And I just, that's like my upbringing in a nutshell. Like I just felt like no one heard me. And so that's why I learned to act out. I learned to be funny and do shit. But it's like, that's why I have 7 animals now.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, I love animals so much. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just compensating for that. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to that kid, that cat, but it's just like, it just sums up like why I am the way I am. I think I get so angry even thinking about it.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he died 2 years ago,
Fuck. How long did he live for?
till he was 80,
What?
and I loved the man. I do. I love
your father.
my dad. Yeah. Oh, you mean you were thinking about the cat?
I thought Tom. I'm sorry.
That's really funny, dude.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. My dad,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? When he died, I remember just look at my brother and my mom, they're just bawling, you know what I mean? They're just on the ground rolling around, you know what I mean, in tears, you know what I mean? And I literally was just looking at not a tear in my eye. I was numb. I was like, oh, this is fucking weird. What do I do? So I put sunglasses on because I knew my uncles and aunts were coming in, right? Because I wanted to pretend like I was like emotional about it. But it's like I didn't feel anything. And it's like I love him and I miss him, but it's like I know I just have all these unresolved like feelings toward him, And that's it's like I would never do that to my own child, you know what I mean? Never. And he also beat us and all that stuff, but it's just like I don't know, man. It's weird. I haven't really fully worked it out, but I mean, there's reasons why I'm so fucked up, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's all right, man.
I really am. No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
all right.
that kind of shit's heartbreaking, man. That like stuff like that happens to kids. Do you think? Because I have things like that too, man. Sometimes there's like so much anger built up inside. Some days a lot of times I'm okay, and then sometimes I'm so angry. You know what I finally realized the other day while I was angry. I realized because I've always had like a lot of like anger against my mother. I didn't really know my dad that good, so my mother's the only parent left. And I get angry sometimes because she missed out on me. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Like she missed out on like whoever I was or whatever was unique about me or not unique or whatever my feelings were. Like she missed out on all of it,
Yeah.
It just
She's still alive, right?
Yeah, she's still
I
alive.
think I've seen photos with her. Yeah. Do you help her, like if she needs help and stuff?
Yeah, I help her out, I help support and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I'm grateful that my mom, I think she did the best she could. And I think it's like, it makes me sad also that my mom probably got treated that, she only knew what she knew.
It's a cyclical thing.
It's so fucking
It's a cyclical
crazy.
thing, yeah. Because my parents had it worse when they grew up.
Oh.
Way fucking worse. You know what I mean? I mean, I could tell you fucking crazy stories that they told me, but it's like, you know, but here's the thing, Theo. I literally still wouldn't change it for the world. Because without all those past experiences, right? I wouldn't be who I am now. And I think I'm pretty cool, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm a fucked up guy, but it's like, you know, I honestly look in the mirror and I go, you know what, dude? I'm so proud of myself for some of the things that I persevered through, you know? I mean, this business is hard. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rejection and a lot of like, am I gonna make it? And this is years of, you know, now you know you have the internet and you know people do TikTok videos and they do different ways to make money. But when I was coming up, right, you had one way. You do the clubs, you become a opener, feature, headliner, you get TV spots. Hopefully, you get a sitcom, and that's pretty much it,
Yeah.
right? And it's like just so proud that I was like I came to LA with no money. I didn't know anybody from show business, and I crawled my way to where I am now. And there's, you know, there's a resilience to that. I think, you know what I mean. I always downplay it, and I have low self esteem, but it's like, but at the end of the day, I'm a fucking warrior
Yeah.
in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I did something because a lot of you know people that have had my kind of upbringing, they turn to drugs, they don't get sober, they perpetuate their behavior and they become shitty dads themselves or whatever it might be, you know what I mean? But it's like I chose to, you know, get sober frequently during my life and try to read books to help better myself, to be a good guy, you know what I mean?
You
And
haven't given up.
I'm not gonna give up.
You
No.
never give up on yourself.
Yeah, no, no, and the resilience of it. But it's like it's a tough business, and so I wouldn't change anything for the world. Would you?
Um,
Let's be real, because you're Theo Vaughn.
yeah, I think I think it would just goes back to that one thing that it's like, if I didn't need attention, if I didn't need, like, I remember a lot of my high school girlfriends and stuff, I'm still keep in touch with their mothers, you know?
What do you mean? Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm still friends with their mothers.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
It's like friends with them.
Yeah.
Like, even more than I talk to the girls, it's like there was just such a pattern, you know? It's like I just wonder, like, if I would have been, yeah, I would have been different. But so some of that, I think that makes me sad, but no, I don't think so, man. I think it's probably the same for you. It's like I chose, like, if something in the world isn't going to see me, then I'm going to take the hardest thing the world has, supposedly, which is stand-up comedy, and I'm going to fucking make you see me, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to make you see me. It's almost, sometimes I think I needed everybody in the world to love me just because I wanted to get my mother to love me. It's like I just figured eventually
Wow.
it will get back to her.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Wow.
feel some type of way, you know? And I'm not trying to get into self-pity either. I got to be aware of that because I get into self-pity.
No, yeah, yeah. No, yeah.
But I think, man, you're a dude. There are times people will come up and take a picture, like, can I get a picture with you? And they're like, can you try and look more like Bobby Lee in the picture? They will literally want me to be like, they're like, can you squint a little? Can you, can you
No,
fucking,
really?
Yeah.
You
They're
look
like,
more fat?
Can you, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you dress like you sell timeshares at a carnival? They're like, can you help me
Yeah,
out
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one, you can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option, not this guy. Two options. Watch one, this one or this one.